Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Unpopular Opinions with me, Randy Prizzle. How you guys all doing out there? Everything good, shway, crispy, airy? Let's get on to this episode of Unpopular Opinions. Let's go. If you believe in ghosts, I will judge your intelligence. Now listen, I think if people believe in ghosts, then that's up to you. You know what I mean? Who are you going to call Ghostbusters? It is what it is. Some people obviously don't believe in that because they probably haven't seen one. But I've seen some shadowy figures before that's looked a bit mad. Now, you're probably going to insult my intelligence and think, well, you're an idiot because you've seen some shadowy figures. But you sometimes have to ask some questions. That was a bit weird, wasn't it? Well, that was a bit different. Never seen nothing like that before. So I need to question it. So some people would automatically think there's something wrong with you just because you've seen something that seems out of the ordinary. But if you've seen it, then what can you say about it? You just got to move on. But you pay no mind much to what people say. You just got to go with what you feel. Let's move on to the next one. The only reason people like summer is because they either have an AC fan or live in a tropical region where the temperature is not too hot. I'm not a fan of summer. Now I'm going to be very honest with you. I've always said this. Summer is my least favourite out of all the seasons. Just because of the hay fever, just because of the heat, it's hard to sleep. You know what I mean? Itchy eyes, itchy nose. I get migraines as well, so that bothers me as well, mostly during the summertime because of the heat. So there's many factors why I don't like summertime, and I suffer from eczema too, so my skin can get very irritant, and when the sun goes and the skin starts to get very wet and sticky and mixed with all sorts of things, it can become very irritant. So that's why there's problems for me. This is one of the reasons why I don't like summer, and I'm just going to continue on not liking summer and just leave it there. Next one. Life was significantly more enjoyable pre-internet because the world still had a sense of mystery and wonder. Listen, I think the world is a very wonderful place. You know what I mean? When you get to explore what you can. I think, yes, pre-internet, the world was definitely more accessible. You definitely can go out and maneuver a lot more. You know, unless people are on their mobile phones, just looking into their phones and going, zombies. Some people are modern day zombies because they're just constantly on their phone. All this radioactivity that's going through their brains and that, turning these people mindless. So I do feel like the old school days were better. People are outside playing a lot more. You know what I mean? Kids are probably in a lot less trouble. You could say that, but it still might have got into a lot more trouble. But you know, you had more after school clubs, things like that were running more. But listen, it's not a bad side to, you know, this pre-internet days, because games are more enjoyable now, because it used to be looked at as a very nerdy thing for kids back in the days when kids used to like games. There was a problem with kids who liked games. They would just be left to sit at the table with this other specky gang. Do you know what I mean? People wouldn't care about these, man. But now it's cool. Now it's in. Now it's trendy. So that's probably the one good thing probably about internet these days. You know what I mean? You get to play games, you get to conversate with your mates, but it's not the same as having the man them around where you're all taking turns passing the pad around to each other. One of you gets battered on Pro Evolution, you're passing the pad to the next person. One of you gets battered on ISS, you're passing the pad around to the next person. One of you gets battered on Tekken 1, normal Tekken. Then you're passing the pad around, Mortal Kombat. All those games, GoldenEye. Dun, dun, dun. Do you know what I mean? That original Call of Duty. So these games gave these men a turning point. And I don't think these men will understand this new millennium of how significant those games were to what is coexisting today. But that's just a long explanation of all of it. I think life would have been wonderful for those people if they got to experience it in the early 90s, 80s. They would have seen what, or 70s, 60s, before internet. So, next one, and last one. Hard work matters, but luck plays a bigger role than successful people like to admit. I think, listen, if you work hard, they say play hard. But I don't think it's genuine luck. I think sometimes you have to put a lot of effort in to get out the rewards. Do you know what I mean? So people would say, well, you work hard. And people say to me, well, you do about 4 or 5 content, try to do about that a week. And you don't get probably as much views as, say, as like KSI or one of these guys. Do you know, they're in a different lane. These guys have done it for years. Do you know what I mean? They've just gained it through being themselves, having people following them and enjoying what they do. I'm just trying to do exactly the same thing. Sometimes it could be a bit of luck, but sometimes you just have to be your authentic self. It could be either one, I believe. But I think sometimes some people look at Hawk Tour Girl. Do you know what I mean? One example. Out of nowhere, and then she's blown up. So sometimes it could be the right place at the right time that can get you over the line. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you say the most scandalous things and then boom, you've just gone to a different stratosphere. So it can be one of them. But I always say, like, how you are is how people will take you. If you start to be an idiot online, people will take you for an idiot. Do you know what I mean? So that's just what I say. You just got to do what you have to do and just hope that people can reminisce and just feel your flow and join the bandwagon and join on board. Big up to all 101 subscribers, by the way. I've got 101 subscribers. Big up for you all. I appreciate you all big time. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's that. And that's the end of Unpopular Opinions. Big yourselves up, first time seasons watchers. You know what to do below, all of that. And I'll give my opinions and I'll react later on. Let's go.